Hi everyone. In our last tutorial, I demonstrated how you could create an InDesign document and use pages in order to style your document. So using pages, we were able to insert guidelines on all our documents, or all our pages rather. We were able to also put our student number on every page, and also create this visual element, this rectangle sort of image that we could use to put our major headings on. And you can see I have two types of master pages. I have an A and a B master page. Okay, so this tutorial is going to focus on how to now insert text and images. Okay, so let's have a look at my completed document, and you can see that I've inserted text boxes and also rectangular frames for images. So I'm going to show you how I did that again, even though you might be familiar with it. I'm just going to go through that once more. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is add some text. So if we have a look at the original, it approximately spans 2 rows. So, okay, so let's put some text in. So I need to go File, Place. So I'm just going to use some lorem ipsum text, and I'll just go to text here and I shall insert all of this text, and you can see that InDesign has given me on my cursor or on my move tool, it's actually given me my text, and it's going to let me now create a text box. And I really like this function. So I actually think I might make it span 3 columns. Okay, there we go. So there's some text there. There is some more, you can see with this little red box with the plus sign, there is actually more text that I need to insert, but I'm just going to hold on to that and leave that for a bit later, because I want to now put some images. So I'm just going to put this graph here, or this pie chart rather. So I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to insert the pie chart or the image. So the best way to do that, I think, is to create a rectangular tool, because this actually allows you to designate the area you want that to appear. So I'm just going to make it that big, so it's fitting in within 3 columns and 1 row. Okay, so now I just go File, Place, and I find that image. Okay, so you can see that it's actually, the image is actually beyond the borders of that frame. And just to show you what I mean, if I use the direct selection tool and click on it, I can see that it's actually a lot bigger. Now I can choose to shrink it from the direct selection like that if I want to, but I actually prefer to go to object fitting and just fit that, fit the content proportionally. And that looks quite good. Okay, so looking at the original completed one, I've got another text box over here. So I'm going to go to my mockup 3 and add another text box. I can simply just take this little plus sign here and just take some of that text, and then I can just place it in here. Okay. And I don't have to place it all in there. You can see that there's still some text left, but I'm going to leave that for the other side of my page. Okay, so if we want to preview what our work looks like, we can just simply click W, and that gives us an idea as to what the image is going to look like once it's printed as a PDF. Okay, so now I would like to insert my 2 pie charts. So if we have a look at my completed document, I have 2 pie charts. And what I've done is I've created 2 identical rectangular frames. And that's quite easy to do because I've already got 4 columns left. So I will designate 2 columns to each box or 2 rectangular frame. Now, I'm going to start it here. Now, this thin area between each row and each column is called a gutter. And that gutter is there to make sure or ensure that, you have space between your columns of text. So it's really important you use that and you don't actually put anything in those gutters, okay? All right, so I'm just going to create 2 boxes, and within those boxes, I'm going to put my pie charts. Okay, so I've placed my 2 pie charts in. Because of the way they were screenshotted, they're not equal in size. So I'm going to tidy that up a bit. It does look a little bit messy. So what I'm going to do is shrink this one down a bit. So instead of using object fitting, which does it for me automatically, I'm going to do it manually. So I'm going to click on with my direct selection tool, and this allows me to see the bounding box of that particular image. And I'm just going to shrink it down so that it matches the one on the left. Okay, and I can also move it, and you can see my guidelines. I've got little green guidelines that are still helping me align those. Okay. All right, that's much better. Okay. Alternatively, I could have chosen to increase the size of that, but then I would have lost some of the text. Okay. So now we can sort of continue adding more of our text. So let's have a look here. I've got a few paragraphs of text, and you'll also notice that there's some subheadings. I'm not going to do those yet. I'll show you those in the next tutorial. Okay, so I'm just going to use the direct selection tool, and I just clicked on that little red cross, and I'm going to draw my text. So you can see that if you actually have all your text ready, it's really easy just to format it. Okay, I might just shrink that box a bit because that's pretty much all my text now. And now I have some space left to put my final image. So if we have a look at that, there's my final image there. Okay. And I'll just draw. Actually, this time I'm just going to place it. So you can also do it this way. So you go File, Place, because you've got your guidelines now. So you can edit it as you go. So I'm going to place this image. Now it sort of gives me a cursor with the image. I can just drag and drop and draw a box for it like that. Okay, so that's another trick that you can try. Okay, so my next step now is just to continue putting more images and text into the other 2 documents. So I'll get you to give that a go. All right, thanks guys. Good luck.